everyone, Indigo Snake here. Welcome back to another episode of Trails of Cold Steel. I just want to point out that the background music has changed once again. And it hasn't been this the whole time we've been here. And I like this shit way better than the first intro. The first, like when I first got here, the background music reminded me of Parma. But there's a place called Parma in White Knight Chronicles, and it sounded just like that song. And I hated that song, by the way. I hate that shit. But we have way better music now. I can imagine Indigo Snake with her green hair jamming to this shit in the background. But we're gonna look at our quests right now. If I can remember if I can get to it. Okay. Actually, we're gonna try and make, we can make this whole juice. We can make a lot of this. We're just gonna do one of these. And we're gonna have, we don't have Machias or anybody here. Well, Juicy really can't make anything, which is not surprising because Juicy's probably never stepped foot in the damn kitchen before. But Laura, she's different. Laura's fucking awesome. She's the best out of everybody that we have in the party right now, in our active party right now.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was really good. So we can cure faint. We're just gonna do that once though, guys. I haven't seen any fishing spots. Maybe I haven't been looking. Next time I go out on the highway, I'm gonna check for like fishing spots perhaps. Okay, so we got the West Celtic Highway monster. I want to do that one. That sounds fun. And then Lizzie is find my fucking wallet. Oh, find the owner of the wallet. Well, that's really nice of Lizzie, actually. Cool. And she's at the stall, so I'll probably need to go there too. So let's do this one first. West Celtic Highway monster. Okay, Zwardar. How do I get there? Oh, I can probably just use... I can't... Why is that? Can I not go? Okay, let's keep going straight then. Yeah, let's get back to asking around. Oh. Man, it's fucked up. Now I want to do the quest first. Alright, so let me go to the ceramic and see if that shit's open. This is ceramic stall? Yeah, okay, I can do this quest at least. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students from Thor's who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see you about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course. I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I'd like to ask you all for your help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Yeah, let's do that shit. We'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found then. Okay, I got a lost wallet. We'll be sure to take good care of it. I assumed that you've already inspected the contents. I did, indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help to identify the owner. What exactly was inside it anyway? Well, naturally, there was Mira in it. Like, a lot of Mira. This isn't just chump change we're talking about. The only other thing was a train ticket to Heimdall that's scheduled for tonight. It sounds like the owner is a fairly well-off traveler then. There's not much we can do with that as our only lead, though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go and ask at the station? Yeah, considering it's for a train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner is frantically searching for it, which means they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm counting on you for this. Cool. So, we gotta go to the train station? After entering the station, they asked about whether or not there had been any queries in regard to lost property. Yes, there was an inquiry. The wallet seems to match the description we received, too. Can I ask when the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. A young lady came along in a panic, claiming that she was at a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seemed to have been traveling alone, too. I get why she would be in a panic, then. Did she say anything else that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check, if I recall correctly. It's the Weathercock, right down the street. You can't miss it. How convenient. We happen to be staying there ourselves. Okay, let's go ask Morgan. Yeah, I think there's only one inn. Like, is there another inn around here? Just Says weathercock. Seems like a very fetchy quest, doesn't it? Hey there, is something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Rain explained the situation to the market and asked if anyone had come along looking for the wallet. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate. But we have a name now at least. That makes life a lot easier. True, all that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned that she'd be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next, so you'll want to head there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will. Let's go. What? Can't be it. This is it? What is green? Alright, I guess I'll talk to this woman here. I mean, it could be. Maybe he wants to be a woman. Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for her wallet, would you? She was indeed here a few moments ago, but she's gone now. Do you know where she went then? Unfortunately, not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on Adios now, though. Does that help you at all? I think there's only one place that could be. Shall we make our way to the church? That seems like our best bet for now. Alright, let's go to the fucking church. Oops. Oh, this has to be her. This is it. I remember this girl too. Oh, Adios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my Mira in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroine act made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Eek! Just who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you're planning to rob me. I no longer have any... Please calm down, we just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? I am. Aha! Thought so. You wouldn't have to recognize this wallet, would you? They showed Annabelle the wallet. That's my wallet! Where did you find it? Well, you see... They returned the lost wallet to Annabelle and explained the situation to her. Thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me, however. Kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah. Hehe. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you'd like in return? You can take half of what's currently in here if you'd like. I don't think we can accept that. Your thanks alone are enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet search began. Pickard plush. Ooh, I see no reason you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We gratefully accept then. You're very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. We did it! So you managed to find the owner after all then. Thank goodness. I really can't thank you enough. I'm glad that we could be of help. Please excuse us then. Alright, we did it. Don't you guys feel like you did something important today? Because I sure don't. What did we get? We got like a Pickard plush. A plush of a strange yet lovable creature. It smells oddly sweet. Who needs this shit? You need this shit, Reen. Oh, what do you got on? You got prevent poison. Okay. You know who needs this shit? You need this shit. There you go. We got a Pickard plush. Now we gotta question these guys. Wow, it's really fucked up, man. That's really fucked up. Alright. And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me. You! I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually, Green explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what had happened the previous night. You're investigating? That's right, and we'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing, at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Jesus Christ, Alyssa, damn. Put yourself in his shoes. I'd probably be feeling pretty shitty, too. Well, can you blame me? You're students at the military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. That is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. And we're in a video game, and we're the main characters, so you know this has to have a happy ending. You may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by morning, the stall has already been destroyed and your goods stolen? Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me, actually. A bracelet? An accessory? Is that a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think just how much money I lost in one single night. That damn coward, sabotaging my business. It's much too early to jump into conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided to destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back, no matter what it takes. But please, try to stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the provincial army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principle. I'm begging you, please get my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you, we'll do everything we can. That much I can promise. I think that's everything that merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one. Alright, let's go over here for the next guy. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but can we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from the military academy, right? What do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I've got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And top it all off, the provincial army and that other Dan merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? No, he's not! Hard to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see... Alright, Reen explained shit. You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? Not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand, but hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. He's so level-headed. Jeez, I can't handle it. Reen and Laura are so level-headed. I love it. So, about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's house. Another merchant just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone, without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods? That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life, made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to the fool's stall to make him pay for it. Why did you go straight to him? Because he's the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have the spot all to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. I don't know. That seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. While I understand your frustration, baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up shop for good. That is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army sure ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into getting this far, and this is how the dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to help for you, but we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everybody else think? I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other's stall, but the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened, so we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? Why isn't this part voice acted? This was supposed to be like a huge investigation. Now I'm reading all the text for it. It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. I don't know what he's gonna say, but I suspect it's the fucking farmers. What do you think, guys? I don't know who did it. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior. He's talking about the soldiers. Yeah, the soldiers could be in on it too. We can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about. Oh, they want me to... The market and his wife, the merchants, and the market. The provincial army, right? They look weird. Why is this a choice? What happens if we choose a different choice? I don't know. We're only going to choose the obvious answer. The provincial army. They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime, despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? I know, I was thinking that shit too. I was like, they're not doing, like, I was surprised that they showed up, because last time they didn't show up. Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves, and since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from there, and that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head on over and see what we can find out. Okay, we got... I don't know, we got more AP. Can we? We still can't go to the highway. Okay, I guess we'll go to the fucking guardhouse. That's fucking right here. No, that's the Celtic thing. Where's the guardhouse at? Oh, okay, here it is. Aren't you those students from that military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we're hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study as students of Thor's military academy, and we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This seems a perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case study, and could prove most invaluable to our education if you permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. Wow, that's a great excuse there, Laura. It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it. And even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? And make it quick. I'm a busy man, you know. He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would you be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure. You've got a big mouth for someone your age. And it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the number one priority of the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you, their number one priority should be to enforce the will of their region's ruling lord, Duke Alberea. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. Okay, I see what he's saying. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect? Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers. We follow our orders. That's how the military works. We don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. So, is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening. Now, if you excuse me, I have a job to do. What is your job again? Just being a humbug? Well, wait. Would you mind answering just one more question? Okay, Columbo. Elliot. Fine. Ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know that accessory merchant, all he has left was that one sample? What are you talking about? That merchant from the capital, Hines, was the one who was selling who was planning on selling accessories. What? What did you just say? What are you all looking at me like that for? Oh, because he knows who was selling what. How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants were intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. I know, nobody knew that shit. Sir, we have our own ways of fighting these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now we've wasted enough time answering your questions. We're leaving. Looking fishy. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night, and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed. I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Alberea must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true, and the army would have no trouble getting access to transaction records for something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting so they could get robbed while there was tension between them, basically to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without their army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. That seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working towards a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. And so they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough, they'd feel like they'd have no choice but withdraw the petition. This is turning out to be even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe you finally uncovered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You'd make a fine military strategist. What's up, man? Craig, finally being useful. I just got lucky, that's all. So, what we know is the provincial army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it, once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the provincial army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still in Keldic. There just aren't many viable places to hide such a huge volume of goods without them being found. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, y'all making some huge assumptions here. It's not like y'all been in the guardhouse. Maybe they escaped by train? No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure. It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they can't have gone far. Maybe we should ask around on the main roads and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entered the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Fucking detectives. Fucking Craig is Columbo right now. Can we go out to the fucking... Oh my god. Where do we go next then? Let me look at this fucking map. The real question here is, will I be able to do my other optional quest before 9 o'clock? I don't even know what time is it. Okay, it don't really give us a time. Never like zoom out, zoom in. Okay. Ooh, little girl with her kitty cat once again. Lulu, are you okay? Look what that nasty man did to her. Is something the matter? I was just chasing after Lulu near the west exit of town, and there was this weird man asleep along the side of the road. A weird man? To sleep in the midst of a bustling town like this, oblivious to his dangers, suggests he must possess formidable skill. Or he was just really drunk. The nasty smell coming off of him nearly made little Lulu faint. That's terrible. It really was. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure she keeps her distance from him. So he's not from this town then? I'm not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. I'd never seen him before that. Really? Really now? That sounds like a lead if ever I've heard one. So he's probably... Are they talking about that drunk dude on the side of the road? If he's drinking in the middle of the day and isn't instructed Sarah, then you know he's not a merchant at the very least. Yeah, I think we should go talk to him. Let's have a look near the west exit and see if we can track him down. See, is this the west exit right here? Okay, maybe it's on the other side. Hey, it's the drunk guy. Drink. Bring me another drink. Phew. This guy reeks. How much does he put down? It's only midday and he's already completely blitzed. I don't think this is the man we're looking for. I think he'd have trouble pulling off a robbery. Sir, are you alright? We can help you back home if you like. Sure up, leave me alone. I'm just a good-for-nothing who just lost his job. Looking after that nature park was my whole life. Nature park! Are we gonna go to the nature park? I wonder if he's talking about the Lunaria nature park we saw yesterday. Oh, you kids know it? You see, I used to be the park ranger for the old place. And then you lost your job? Yeah, out of nowhere, too. I gave my life to that job I did, and then he just came and took it all from me. That damn official just showed up out of nowhere and told me I was sacked. You can't just take a man's livelihood off him like that. It's not fair. That job was my life. My life. Yes, we can see that. Something about this doesn't sound right. I agree. It hardly seems fair to take a man's job away from him without good reason. Right? I'm so glad somebody understands how I feel. There's no way a bunch of kids like that are gonna do a better job than me. Kids? I was drinking here last night too, see? And a bunch of kids in ranger uniforms went walking out of that town through the west exit. Weird thing was they were carrying a bunch of wooden boxes too in the middle of the night. Kids these days, I tell ya, you don't think they could have been the nature park? I wouldn't even have considered it. But given its size, it would no doubt be a perfect hiding spot. Yeah, they'd have no trouble stashing the merchandise there undetected. The men just standing at the entrance yesterday were probably there as lookouts. Oh, that's why they were so weird last time when I saw them there. And if a provincial official was the one to tell him he was fired, and the way the game set it up, you couldn't have missed it. Like, they had a whole scene happening there. That's practically a smoking gun. Huh? I say something useful or something? Don't know what I said, but if I help you out, why not buy me a drink? No. I would suggest you start trying to sober yourself up instead. There's a good chance we may be able to recover both your park and your job. What? We know our next stop. As soon as we're fully prepared, let's head on out to the Lunaria Nature Park. Right. Okay, can we finally... Yes. Alright, and I guess the music is back. Our normal ass music. From the school... From, like, back at school. Like, this is different from the music... I don't understand. They're choosing the same music from the beginning. It's kind of weird. But we're gonna actually do the other quest. But we'll do it on the next episode. So, if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to me for more episodes. I'm also on Twitter at IndigoSnake16. Links in the description below. As always, can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.